Can you believe black with the pawn up is totally losing here, and the only way to win is to trap his rook? Let me show you. Start pushing this pawn. Your friend now understands that stopping this pawn is a must, and now usually in your games you start messing this up, thinking, uh-oh, I can't push my pawn anymore, and this king is coming for him next, so let me eat this tasty pawn instead. But guess what? There is no way white is winning this game anymore, because all black has to do now is protect his pawn. You check, he goes up, you push, he does the same. You attack his pawn, he pushes again. And when you try to stop him, you don't protect your pawn anymore, and you end up in a draw. That's sad. But wait, I told you white is winning this game with a pawn down. Yes, but there is one trick you must know. Push the pawn, yes. And when he tries to stop you, push again. Who cares about these pawns? We want to queen to win the game. If he takes the pawn, that rook is trapped. And ciao bambino, la rucca. But wait, if your friend is stronger than a 500 rated player, he'll try to trick you with this move. You take, and now he checks. You move, but he checks again. It's just so annoying when they start checking non-stop. But Chesscape subscribers don't play scared. Take his pawns. And of course he checks again. But the trick here is super simple. Come closer to his rook until there are no possible checks anymore. Check, check, check. And now what? Rien, nada, nothing. He stays on this column, otherwise we queen. But now comes the killer move. Rook h8. We will queen on the next move and win. Oh, and if you think you can take this, the kiss of death. Do you want me to show you how to trap a rook with a knight instead? I'm sure you do. But first, I'm gonna show you how you mess up in your games in this position with white. You see a king here, you move your king. And when he plays this move, let me tell you something, there is no way to win with white anymore. It's a totally drawish position, because the king is gonna go away, the chase is gonna start, but you're gonna follow him, but nothing happens. He just has to put the rook here, and you cannot progress. And if you're thinking that bringing your knight does something, there is a fork, and you end up losing the knight, and it's a draw. Oh, but of course you're not gonna put the knight here. You're gonna move the king instead, but he's gonna check you. You move the king, he comes back, and you can't progress in this position. You gave up half a point. But now let me show you what a real gangster would play with white to win the game. Start with knight g6. It's the weirdest move ever. Usually you want to put the knight here, but it goes here, and you see what it does? You're blocking both squares for this rook. Prison break is starting. This rook started to feel the heat. So he's gonna play this, trying to find a square for his rook and escape. But now, all you have to do is transfer the rook on the other side of the board. He moves the rook to the only possible square. And no, don't start checking. Otherwise this king just escaped. This rook didn't have a life here, and trying to find, a career going basically this way. So what do? We close doors. Knight e5. We block the column of this rook. This rook cannot go anywhere now. Of course, putting the rook here would fail to a simple fork. So the only move that he can play is just giving a check. But now, if you bring the king here, which, admit it, almost all of you will do right now, thinking you're bringing the king closer to this one, the position would be a draw. I'll let you go and check with a computer if you want to, but just trust me when I say king e6, that almost always we play is a draw. Instead, the winning move here is... You gave me a check, how about I don't move the king? I give you a check instead. If the king goes here, you already found the solution, the kiss of death, and you win the rook, because it's a check and you take the rook after. But if your friend is not dumb and he likes fighting, he's gonna go this way. But now we have a pin with the knight. All you have to do, bring the king, and now it's game over. If the rook takes the knight, please do not take the rook. I know this is exactly what you thought. Straight away. Checkmate instead. Stop thinking about material, please. Does he have any other move? Of course he can decide to move the rook. And I let you find the checkmate in one move, please. I showed you how to trap a rook with a rook. And then how to trap a rook with a knight. But how about trapping a rook with a bishop? Most of you when you see this position, the first move you play is give a check. Because for some reason you love giving checks and you think that you achieve anything. This is how you mess up in this position. Your friend is gonna move the king. Now you see a possibility to attack a rook, so you go for it. He just moves the rook. You see another check, obviously you do it. The king goes up, and let me tell you something, this position is now a draw. And you messed up. There is no way to win. White is totally winning here. But the first move is weird. This is not a check. This is not trying to bring the king forward. This is not giving a check like this or like this. This is a quiet move. Bishop b2. You're literally putting your bishop in between both your pieces. It looks ridiculous, but you see what it does. There is an amazing diagonal now. And now black is in trouble. If he moves the rook, all you have to do is what we call a discovery check, which means just moving this rook like this would give a check with the bishop. There is only one move black can play, and now check. The king goes back, and now you're gonna create what we call a Zugzwang. German people, don't make fun of me. We're gonna make sure with our next move that whatever move black plays is a bad move. And for this, the brilliant move here is king a2, super quiet, super peaceful, because now black doesn't have any move. The king is in jail, he cannot go anywhere, so only the rook can move. But where? If the rook goes here, you just have to put the rook here, and no, he cannot take it, because this is another discovery check, and then you take the rook, like this and like this. But what? 1 second. He must have another move here. What if he goes down the board? Discovery check with the bishop. The king moves, I take it, but there is one challenging one where he could actually check us. Like this. What are you gonna do about it? You check me, I check you. Yes, white is checking the black king here with the bishop. The king moves, and you take the rook. And well done. You now know how to trap rooks with minor pieces. Ciao.